So how you guys doing? So I did take your this week. So I got water in buckets now, and I'm going to let the water release the chlorine. So we're starting that process. Um, they're looking better, and I think what happened is some of them may have been from this light here, which is, maybe you could tell me about lights, but I had them right here, and it may have been too hot, and so that caused some of the yellowing. Okay, and it killed a few of the plants. So I moved everything down lower. I got the light to work. Apparently this light went off because it was too hot. Question on lights: this is a light that comes with these tents that you buy for growing weed. So I've got this light, I've got that light, and these are two different plant lights. And it looks like there's a lot of red, a little bit of blue, white. This one's got some green, red. And then I have these other lights, three of these, which they're called aquarium lights or plant lights. So I got three, so 6 bulbs. And then I bought these lights, which is supposed to be plant lights. So I got 3 of those, 3 of these, 2 expensive lights, and then one that came with this tent that I'm borrowing. And what I'm doing, and let me know if I'm doing this right. But I'm not a light expert, and this isn't too bad. This year for me, I think I've got 900 plants in this tent. And I think next year we're going to bump it. I figured I could actually get up to 1,500 in here if I get a couple more shells. But I'm doing really good compared to last year. And some of these plants are actually, look at these tomatoes, they're starting to get strong. So I was getting worried. I didn't do too good, with some of these thinner plants. The beans are just crazy. They're like strong. I don't get it. The beans are like the best. And then I did buy a few, like I said earlier. So some of these I bought, and what was funny is these didn't have enough water. They're in the back. I watered them, and look, they've already lifted up in 1 hour. So I'm learning here that just because when the plants roll over, it doesn't mean they're dead. Doesn't mean they're dying. You could come right back to life. So we're looking really good here. Now I got a couple questions again. So I want to appreciate everybody, and I learned how to get the comments, the live comments up. I don't see them here, so maybe I'm not gonna be able to answer them if you guys are asking me questions now. But I will go find them and answer them later. But here's the questions I have. Now that I've got this water, I had a couple flies flying around, and last year I got attacked by these white flies, so I bought these things and put one of these up. Let me know if this will work in here. Now there's only a couple flies. I'm lucky, and they weren't those white flies. They look like fruit flies. So I'm going to use this. Tell me if you guys think this actually works in the greenhouse. And then I found this jar. I must have bought this stuff years ago because it's 2 years old. And let me know. I'm going to put just a couple teaspoons in each one of these buckets of water. Let me know if this stuff is good after a couple years, and should I even use it? And is this like poisonous stuff? Because I'm an I don't believe in pesticides, moldicides, or any chemicals from those companies. So let me know if you think that I shouldn't do this or not. I think I'm going to. And it says I guess I could put it in the water. So I was going to put it in the water. And let me know about this. I found this bag too. And let me know. It says organic. So I don't know. Can I put this in the water and just let it sit there? Let me know if a couple teaspoons of that will help all this. Anyways, so let's take a closer look at some of these. And these guys, I planted the seeds. When you plant seeds too deep, this is what happens. It's almost 2 weeks before these things are popping out. So I gotta, the seeds were so small, and I don't know why, but I planted them too deep. So I'm learning from that. Okay, and you can see how these plants here are doing pretty good. these tomatoes, I've got about 10 or 20 different types of tomatoes. And you could tell these guys, I move them around too. Let me know if it's a good idea to move them around because I've got so many different types of light. The peppers are doing pretty good. They're kind of popping up. These look real healthy. Heirlooms. I got all types of heirlooms this year. I show you the beans back in there. Look at those things, man. It's like I'm almost ready to start picking the beans up back. So I like, it's kind of fun just being there around the the Amish people and watching their buggies. And I bought all these for $3, like 50 of them. So I got 48 cabbages for $3. Got another question. I'm in Cleveland, so it got 32 last night, and 2 days ago I planted lettuce. So let me know if that was a bad idea. It's too late now. I planted lettuce already, and I planted cabbage, and I planted collard greens. Most of my collard greens are now planted. I probably have like 30 of them. I'm holding back. There's a fly. Look at that fly. See that little teeny ass fly? Can you see him? What is that thing? Right. It looks like a miniature fruit fly. It's black. See it right there? He's on that top leaf. Wait. He's flying around. There he is. He's back. He's on this leaf right there. See him? He's moving around. He's a little teeny black fly. Let me know what I need to do for him because I don't want more than 1 or 2 of him. The shriveled, the tomato plants were shriveling a little bit, and I realized that they were too dry. Let me know. Question number 2 also is, do we keep wetted again? I don't want to overdo it. I may have been overdoing some of this. And here, these are pretty good. What I do also is sometimes I get doubles, like this double here, and then if there's an empty slot, I'll break up the double and fill it. And I've been doing a lot of that because I noticed that sometimes all the seeds don't germinate. And so what I did this year also is I labeled everything. So for example, I want to keep some seeds for myself. I'm declining that call. But what I did this year is I try to open this up with my mouth. I label these things. For example, like I gave these sticks all have numbers on them. So for example, 2H, okay, is a yellow tomato, okay? And so this way when I plant them, I'm going to put these on my computer and then on my sticks, like for example, this is a 1D. And if you notice, I got D, there's a 2D there. Okay, some of the sticks are backwards. That tells me that I had a problem and I replanted a few things and I turned them backwards. That way I know. So I got these little signs going on. But so I'm going to put all this stuff on a computer, and I think I have 20 different types of tomatoes, which is going to be kind of fun. When I can, I do a lot of canning, and so I don't really use water. I'll take tomatoes and I'll squeeze them and use that as my liquid for most of my juices. So it's basically like tomato juice and then whatever I put in. So this year there'll be beans, right? The potatoes I've got somewhere else. Somebody taught me how to do the potatoes, which is going to be kind of fun doing those this year. Now I can buy potatoes pretty cheap at the Amish auction. So, if they work, they work. If not, we'll try it. You got to keep trying. So this is my 4th year of gardening, but I'm getting more serious this year. So you guys been watching garden number 4 is getting together. I've been planting a little bit in all the other gardens. I'm going to do my abandonment videos later in the fall. So if you're waiting for all my buildings I go visit to do photography, and we're going to wait till fall for that. We're just going to primarily do these gardening videos and canning videos and pressure cooking videos and dehydrating videos. So, hey, I appreciate if you answer some of the questions I had, and I do listen to everybody all the time because I'm not like this. I'm learning. There's always a learning curve. And now I got these plants here too. They call them mosquito plants, citronella. And somebody said you put those in here, it keeps some bugs away. So I'm trying to do some. I forget that word where you put certain plants together. Companion planting. I'm doing some companion planting this year. I bought a book, so I'm learning. So thank you for coming on. This is Marco's little basement greenhouse. I'm waiting. I'm hoping this week the temperature to go up, which it is, and I'm going to try to start moving these outside only because the sunlight is much better than this fake light. Let me know about these lights too. What if I'm doing this wrong? With the lights or types of lights. I mean, it's kind of late to change for this year, but guess what? I'll do this again next year, and I'll remember whatever you guys tell me. So, hey, thanks for coming on. Please rate and subscribe.